Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to Timberborn. Oh, look at him carrying in the water. It's cute that it's in little barrels. That dude's just sat on his butt because we've made all the planks we can really make right now. I'm going to pause the game for just a moment because it is time. It is time to do water management before we ever get a bad water season. We're just going to be ready for it. Okay, we don't need that there. I'm gonna put stairs there, and maybe right back up on the other side, and let them go across this way. Yeah. This will be the quickest, and I'm doing that because we're also going to put some gates and levies and things over here. And if I build that, then they won't be able to get around to build over here. So they're going to need a way to get over there. So that's why we're putting that in there. This will all be temporary. We will wind up losing these paths and stairs at some point. But for now, we're just going to take advantage of this. This is going to be a really circuitous route to get over there. In fact, incredibly circuitous. But they'll get there in the end. And that's all that matters. They will have to cut down a couple of trees over here. But that's not the end of the world. We can have them do that. So we'll mark those two for demolition, and then we'll bring stairs down here and here. And then we will run our path. So let's see, this is all just a meter, though on the other side, no, it's just a meter everywhere. I think, let's go underwater here. No, too far. Yeah, that's just a meter tall. It's 2 meters over there. So we'll just do the shortest gates that we have. There's no need to do anything larger, and we'll do them like right here. That way when we get bad water, it won't get trapped. If I build them like back here, we'd get some trapped and it would take forever for it to cycle through. And I just know that from experience. So what we'll do is we'll put in a couple of levees here. And that should leave me with 4. Yeah, that leaves me with 4 right there. And then we will bring the floodgates in as well. And I'm going to unpause and let them get started on building these stairs. Which, you know what? I say that. We only have 2 builders. And that's not enough. It's just not. So we should probably focus on getting just a couple more houses in here. I'd like to start building up, but it may be a little too soon for that. So let's see. Whoops, I'm pressing the wrong button. Let's see about getting just like 1 or 2 more houses back here. And if you're wondering why I alternate the houses, I just like the doors to be on opposite sides. There's no real reason for it. I like all my doors to line up. So you can see like all the doors there are all on that far end. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird thing that I do with Timberborn. Let's not build here. Let's save that for storage. So instead, I think I am going to go ahead and go up. To do that, though, we're going to take that spot, and then we'll just run right along here. And then again, I want to look and see what I'm doing here with my doors. They got to be right, or it gets my nerves. I know it's silly, but so then this one is that one, so that one goes there. That sentence didn't make a whole lot of sense, did it? It did not, but it's okay. So let's get the houses built, at least a couple of them. Because what I'd like to do is also construct a builder's hut. The question is where? We may need to go up here to get that accomplished. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go up here. And gosh, we're spending the research points here. I will tuck that in just right here on the ledge. And we'll put that in. And I don't have to worry about them coming over here and building this before they build the houses and the builder's hut. simply because I'm also going to increase the number of workers here because those are builders. Simply because these two trees are obstructing their ability to reach that. You can see too far from a district and cannot be reached. Right now, that's because of the lack of stairs here. But these are also unable to be built because it's too far from a path. They might be able to build that set, but they'll never get down here to build. So let's get past this nighttime and hopefully get some houses under construction. And indeed, they are starting to bring logs over. Matter of fact, they've almost got the one done. Just that fast, they went and got 12 logs. Granted, they only have to go like right there to get them. And there's now 3 of them. No, there's now no, there is only 3 of them. We got 2 jobs unfulfilled. So this will allow us to get a couple babies born. We do have 6 empty beds, 3 babies total, which isn't quite enough to fill all of our jobs because we need 1 more here and we'll need 4 there. Plus there's something else that doesn't have a worker. This lumberjack flag, which is fine for now. We have plenty of lumberjacks. We've got that one, we've got that one, we've got that one. And then we did get everything over here finished. This is all done, by the way, from the last video. Let's see, I've got a couple things placed down and paused. That's just for gears and gear storage. We'll get there, but it's not anything pressing right now because we don't need them. I am going through and planting trees, and I thought I had them all done, but obviously not because there was that cat back there. That one will get done. It's there. And over here we have chestnuts, a little strip of birch, and then a bunch of maple. I did add a forester right here to keep the blueberries going since we're going to eventually need that for the healer, or whatever it's called these days. It's not called the healer anymore. The herbalist. It does require blueberries and dandelions, so instead of digging up the blueberries like I used to do all the time because they weren't really useful, because they'll never eat them as long as there's some other food source. They'll never eat them. I just went ahead and had him plant it. Plus, this forester couldn't quite reach all these trees, and if you remember from the last episode, this guy couldn't reach all the way down here. So this solved a lot of that. Gave us coverage there, gave us coverage there, and eventually we'll be able to plant some trees up here and probably even up here. So good. We've got 2 houses built, 9 empty beds. So we're now going to, for now, deprioritize this. Just make it our lowest priority. I like to use a mixture of high and low priority. That way, they'll still come. Matter of fact, I'm going to make this all lowest priority. They'll still come work on this if they can't work on anything else. Like if we were running out of planks, which we won't. But if we were to run out of planks, they would be able to do that. So they should either be building those stairs or... Okay, they're going to come build these stairs. Because they can reach them, which is kind of comical. So they're making quite the journey, but he should get them done. The update a while ago, once they started the actual construction process, they don't usually run away midway through the job unless it's quitting time. So yeah, he got those stairs done. But then these, surprisingly, are not staying too far from a district. This all will, though. This is, yeah, so we're going to lower the priority on this as well. So I want to get the builder hut done before that. Simply because if we have more builders, we'll build everything that's far away faster. As it is, it's going to take them a while to get all that built, just due to how far away it is. And before I forget, we need to pause like one of these. And the reason being is if we have them build all of this, granted, they should build that one, then that one, but sometimes they'll come outside while somebody else is building something else, and then they'll get stuck outside. And then you have to destroy what you just built, and it's really obnoxious, bro. Yeah, I hear you, but I do believe I gave something else higher priority, so... I mean, a rainy. I say bro, they don't really have a gender. The beavers are just beavers. 2 beavers make more baby beavers if there's available space. Hey, you know what? I don't know what the apocalypse did to beavers and how they're able to reproduce that way, but let's not think through it too much. Instead, we'll watch him build these stairs that we don't currently want him to build. That is quite the journey, too. Oh my goodness. I probably should have connected it like off of there, but then we would have had to tear down a lot more trees. And I'd like to save as many trees as possible so that we can cut them down instead of just destroying them. So he'll get these stairs started, even though it's not really the priority. And then hopefully in the morning, because he should skedaddle right off as soon as he drops off those 2 logs. I know it looks like 1, but it is 2. So he should drop those off and then skedaddle home. Yep, there he goes. And it looks like he made it home with just only a couple hours that he'll be able to sleep. Though nobody else is in bed, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, why aren't they in bed? Like it's gonna be sunrise soon, little beavers, and you're gonna have to go to work. Are you not tired? Oh, now they're going. I hear him snoring. That one, I guess, his sleep's high enough that he doesn't think he needs to sleep. Are you going to bed? Yeah, he's going to bed. Cool. So we will wait for morning and resume on our building projects. And with morning here, can I just take a moment and just compliment the devs and the sound design of this game? Not only do we hear the beavers chirp, and that is beavers do chirp, I guess, and that other growly sound that they make, but like I can hear that creaking at night. I could hear, I don't know if it was the campfire right here, if it was this, but I could hear fire crackling, and there were crickets chirping, and the sound of beavers snoring, and you can hear them doing something. I don't know what we're hearing there. I think it's that's really loud. But come over here, it's just all so well done. It's just such believable sound design. If we go way out over here where there's nothing happening, it's just wind and water. I guess that might be birds, though. I guess there are birds. I thought that was the beavers that made that chirp sound. But there are no beavers over here, and I'm still hearing it, so okay. So I guess the beavers only make that growly sound. I don't know what to really call it. See if I can get one of them to do it. Come on. There, I heard it. There, that sound. I'll try to remember to boost that so you guys can hear it clearly. I don't know what else to call it. It just sounds like a growl or it's a vocalization of some sort. Maybe that's the beavers. I have no idea. But I do know they are working on our builder's hut, which requires 20 logs. They've already got 12 of them over here, so they're moving along pretty quick. So what I'm going to do is just speed this up and speed up the footage and get this constructed. And there we go, just like that. We have the availability of 4 more workers, but they haven't yet, grown up. We've got 6 babies waiting in the wings with 8 empty beds. So most likely tonight we'll have some more babies born because they are going to socialize, and that does help them to reproduce quicker. They go sit by the campfire, get all nice and warm, and then I guess they just feel snuggly after. So who knows? Let's not judge the beavers. If they want to. Anyways, I like that the babies go and sit there during the day. Oh, they're so cute. What do you mean you don't have shelter? You have a house? Why did that say -1? There's no homeless beavers. Huh, maybe they just spent the night outside and forgot to go to bed. Who knows? But now we should be back over to here. Yeah, we are back over to here. They have got those 2 trees cut down. So what we need to do is I need to pause because I didn't realize I already had those 2 trees cut down. And now that they have done that, we can build a path all the way up to that, and we should see some beavers showing up to start getting this under construction. But it will take a while. Right now it looks like we've got 4 workers, and that's it. So as we get those other jobs filled in the builder's hut and the lumberjack flags, then we'll double our number of builders, and this will get built even quicker. The levies only take 12 logs each, so that's not as big of a deal, but these take logs and planks. They can carry 2 logs at a time, but if I'm not mistaken, they only carry 1 plank at a time. That could be gears. It's only 1 at a time, though, so I might be mistaken on that. But this will all be good to get us up and running, and then we're going to focus our attention elsewhere. For now, we're just going to leave that all the way down. Even after it's built, we'll leave it all the way down. So we will cut back here in a minute once they've got most of this constructed, or if a drought or a bad tide is coming. So I've paused for just a moment because, one, we want to unpause that now that it is ready to go, but we have an injured beaver, and that beaver cannot work until they have recovered from their injuries. So what we need to do is come in here and unlock the medical bed, and I'm going to go ahead and put down a couple of them. They only require a couple logs each, and I'm going to prioritize those just so that beaver recovers quickly. So that'll get built, and then we're going to come back out over here and think about how we want to deal with this. And I think I want to do a double gate with a double levee. And we're going to do that a couple different ways. One is we're going to bring this path up to here like that, and then we're going to tilt this down. And now I'm torn if I want to use what I want to use here. I think if we just go, right there, it'll be fine. So we're going to go across like that, and then I'm going to bring a set across like this. And then we're going to unlock these. 250 more science points. And we'll do, I think we'll just do 4 again. I think that'll be fine, and I think it's far enough over that everything will flow through there, and then we're just going to levee the rest of this up. However, they're not going to be able to reach all of this. So we're going to do 2 different paths for them here, just to ensure that they can get it all. They'll be able to walk down this first row, the bottom row. Well, no, they won't, because those will be in the way. So we do need to give them a way down here as well. And a path won't be necessary. Or, you know what? Honestly, we could just do that, and they'll be able to build them that way. That'll be fine. And then over on this side, they can reach up to that second one. So they'll be able to build all of this just off of this path once we get it connected. But this one here, they may have had a bit of a trouble with. Same with this one, just because of where they are. So again, we just want to run a path over to our stairs, which almost in just a couple shots. And then that's going to be our next big construction project once the hospitals get done. And then once they're done, and if we take a look at our injured beaver here, you can see, oh, he's hurt his foot. Who are you? Oh, poor Zamabad. Zamabad? There we go. So they go and lay down in the hospital until they're better. If their hunger or thirst drops too low, they will get out. Same with sleep and sleep. They will get out, but this one should recover in plenty of time. But they just lay there and they rest. And then if you have the medicine from the herbalist, they should heal quicker. At least that's the way it used to be. I don't know if that's the way it still works. Now that the herbalist is mainly for decontamination. So I'm not 100% certain that the medication makes them heal up faster. But he'll recover from, or she'll recover. They'll recover from their hurt foot in no time. And we'll be a happy beaver again. 54. It might take you a little while longer. Once you start getting up there in years, it takes those a while to get those bones healed. Wow, they built that even though it was really low priority. Not what we were going for, but whatever. So, yeah, now they're coming to finish this last bit of levee here, which I'm pretty sure, given the number that we have, they should all just have all the wood we need right there. Yep, and it's done. So we're now able to route Badwater away, and also raise this during a drought to keep water from flowing back out and just evaporating. So that's going to help. That's phase 1 of Badwater control. Once we get Badwater control taken care of, as my voice has a weird thing there, we're then going to turn our attention to droughts. And what we're going to do for droughts are a couple things. One, I am going to bring a gate in, or a set of gates in back here, like right here before this waterfall, so that we can hold this water back. And that will route it all through here, these two channels, back there and back there. We could also, if we wanted to, take out these barriers and let some water come down here. And that would be fine because we'll have enough pressure, or we could even do it here. But if we do it here, we'd have to put in a Badwater gate, whereas here, that's our Badwater gate. So if we take that one out, we would have to have another set of gates. Because again, the idea is when Badwater comes, we'll close these gates. We'll close these gates because this is our only source of fresh water on the map. So then the water will flow, but it won't be able to go that way, and it won't be able to go that way, and all the bad water will just flow out this way because I'll open these gates, even though they'll normally always be closed to send water this direction. During a Badwater, they'll be open just so it can all just go out there and exit the map and do as little damage as possible. It's going to kill a lot of these trees, a lot of those berries, a lot of these berries. They're all goners. They're not going to last past the first Badwater. A lot of this is just going to die, and there's no way around it. We do have a drought coming, but I'm not too terribly worried about it. We have plenty of water stored up. And then the next phase of drought control, after we get this done, to send more water this way, which, by the way, will also increase the speed here, because it'll be blocked from flowing out that way, and all the pressure of that water will work its way eventually over here, and that will help significantly. But then we'll also bring in either some gates or maybe just a dam, like right over here, to keep our water held back. I do have a series of dams right here so that during a drought, because if we keep this a half a meter and that's always a half a meter, we'll at least have half a meter water stored here. I may even do another series of dams like across this, fill this up with levees where it's a little lower, and then do a dam here so that we're holding this back at half a meter as well up here, so that during a drought season the water lasts longer and we don't run completely dry. As is, this is going to help keep this deeper well, the dam well. As you can already see that the water has stopped flowing across it. Though it's kind of animating that it's still flowing, so maybe it might still be flowing a little bit in the corner, even though it doesn't look like it. But even though this has gone dry, this isn't going to flow on down now. This is going to stay here. And will probably for the duration, just a 2-day drought. I'm guessing that's going to have no problem staying put. The upside to the drought that we're experiencing is they're not slowed down by swimming any longer. So they're getting this built a little bit quicker. So once again, we're going to find a good angle so we can see them running around, but also so we can see them build this. And we're just going to speed things up and let them get this built. And they've just about have this last one done. So now we need to get them a route over here. And that's going to be a trick. Though it looks like we can come in back here off these stairs built in the builder's hut and then go down and then come up like here. So just run that across and that across. And then all the way across there. And then we'll need a platform here. I don't think I put... No, I did put that in the right spot. And then they'll need to go down and then back up. Okay, that's just silly to do it that way. So what we'll do instead is get rid of that and just spend a couple more planks here. And then that gets them up here. And then we can go across this way. And now, since that's only a meter tall, we only need meter tall floodgates, but we have to have a way for them to get down there. So what I'm going to do is back this off just a little bit. And we are going to put the floodgates in first, but then I guess we can just sit them down on the water. There is no Badwater here. Even though the land looks a little funky, I keep hitting the wrong key. The water's not contaminated, so we can just put stairs in, like right here. And they should be safe. Actually, when the water's flowing, they're fine right here. So, yeah, okay, that cleared out, so they'll be just fine right there. So then that will be our next big project, and I'm going to go ahead and come over here and drop a set of stairs right here. But I want to put the gates right here. So what I want to do, oops, I just built some stairs in a random spot is what I just did. Oh, if you hold down shift when you're deleting something, you can delete without having to confirm. So that comes right this way. So we want a levee. I don't know that those are really all that mandatory, but I do them anyway. And then we'll do, I'm going to build the levee awful fast. Oh, that's because they haven't got the stairs built in the other spot. That makes sense. There we go. They should be getting this done though, but they can't come build these yet because that's not built yet. So they'll basically be working on both these projects at the same time, and I don't really have a good way for us to see all of that at once. I don't think we can kind of see over to there for the stairs. So what I'll do is hold that up, and then we can zoom in a little bit more right here. You can just see the stairs, and we'll also be able to follow the progress, and then we'll just jump over to there once they start constructing that set of gates. Now we're going to zoom out just a little bit because what I want to do is look at our water wheel. Right now we're making 450 to 550 HP depending on the flow of water. As soon as they finish this last gate, that is going to, matter of fact, it's already climbing because we've only got one little narrow bit. Now it's going to definitely climb because all the water that was pressure that was being lost here is now being rerouted over to there, and that number should steadily increase. Oh, they finished those already too. Cool. And I've got those set at 0.5 meter. You can see that brought our water depth up, so that will, even during a drought, have even more water for us to be able to pull from. So our final thing that I want to do today, and I didn't think we were going to get through all of this, I'm kind of impressed with the little beavers, is we are going to build a row of levees right there, and then also right there. And then for the rest of this, we're going to put a levee there, and then the rest of it is going to be dams. And they'll be able to just walk across. And, whoops, I just built one randomly over there. I have a bad habit of doing that, thinking I'm clicking the menu and not. But we are going to try to help them out just a bit. We're going to get rid of some of these blueberries here, and I'm going to prioritize that. This way they can tackle this project from both sides. Because as it is, we would only be able to have, like, you know, they'd bring all the logs, so then only one builder would work, but they wouldn't be working on that next one because they don't have a way to get to it. I could put stairs down there, but then they wouldn't be able to get to the lower ones. So this way they can attack it from two sides at once. And they should, yeah, it's morning, so we should get this all knocked out really fast right here. And then we'll just bring a path in so that they can actually get over there. Though even without the path, looks like they're ready to work. And then same thing, we're gonna watch them do the work, and then we'll kind of take stock of what we've done and check and see maybe at our next drought or even if a Badwater comes that everything's working the way I think it's supposed to. And just like that, it's done. We may get a little bit of flooding briefly. I don't think we will, though. It happens sometimes as the water tries to find its new level. But you can see now, the water is much deeper coming through this section than it was previously. And it's even a little bit deeper back here because it has to be a half a meter at least to get up and over that. So we've increased the amount of water that we are holding back. So I am going to go ahead now as our final thing and get the gear workshop and the storage for gears over here. Not ideal location being that far away, but then again our plank storage is way back there, so you know, I'm making planks there, so I'm not gonna complain too much. And boom, they're done. And we should be making more than enough power. Yeah, we have more than enough power here. And when we're ready to build other things, we have ways to bring the power out of there. So what I want to do is just hang out for a while and wait for a drought or wait for a Badwater season to come and take a look and see if I've engineered everything properly. I believe I have, because again, there's only 2 places that our main water source can get into our district, and that's from here and here. And we don't have a drought approaching, we have a Badtide approaching. So we'll get to see a Badtide here in just a moment, our first one. And this is the first one of this playthrough. So, fun? Question mark? But while we're waiting on the Badtide, we're going to begin preparations. Now that we've got our log situation in a pretty good place with a lot of fully grown trees and a lot of other trees planted, plus an area, frankly, that we can clear and probably go ahead and start using, I want to start thinking more about well-being. And you may remember I planted chestnut trees over here. We are going to unmark all of those for cutting and then add in, once I, click the right button, add in a couple of little places right here. And then, do I have space for what I need back here? I do, good. This one is going to house a storage, and this is going to be for chestnuts. In order to gather those chestnuts, we need gatherer flags, and we want to make sure that they are prioritizing just chestnuts and nothing else. And back here, we're going to put in a couple of grillers, which I can just fit. In fact, that works out kind of perfect. So that set of stairs probably not in the ideal location. This is probably where we want them to be. So what I'm going to do is get rid of those after this bunch gets built. And then to store the chestnuts, even though it's not perfect, I'm going to come over here. And this will be where the grilled chestnuts go. And that will be yet another food source. And you can see that grilled chestnuts, well, it doesn't tell us, but it should be a +2 once everybody's had a chance to eat them. And they don't take long to grill. More than anything, it just takes a while for them to grow. But you can see there's already some trees that have chestnuts on them. And by canceling this group from being chopped down, they will just continuously cycle through. And they can reach all of that. They can even reach back here. So if these aren't being cut down, they can gather chestnuts. And you can see we're already gathering quite a few chestnuts. However, what we didn't do was select a recipe. So we're going to hit grilled chestnuts and grilled chestnuts. And then as soon as morning breaks, we are going to test our Badtide mitigation, floodgate, and levee system. So fun times. We'll close this one. We'll open that one back there. We'll close that one, and we'll close that one. I'll do it while it's paused so that nothing gets through. So we'll just wait just for nighttime to go by, and we'll probably also see our well-being pop up now that we're getting some chestnuts. So watch for that to be maybe a little higher, possibly. And morning is here. The bad tide has started, so we want to hold on to as much of our clean water as possible. So we're going to back that, and I don't know, it may wind up flooding. We may have to let some of it out. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and raise that all the way up. And then we want our bad water to come this way. So we're going to open those. And then we don't want it getting into our districts. We're going to close those. And we're going to close those. You can see already the bad water coming. So I'm going to pause, or unpause, and then pause again just to check that they all closed. Closed, open, and closed. Now we might get some flooding down here. So let's let this run at its highest speed. Yeah, we're going to get some flooding. I don't know that that's going to stay like that, though. That's pretty significant flooding. We are going to have to open this up to 0.5 meter for now. And you can see all the bad water back there flowing through. Somehow, some did get through up here, so we are going to have to address this. It must have splashed over. So we're going to need to fortify up here and probably cut down a lot of these trees. And, oh wow, we went up to level 10. And bring in another set of levies like here. So to help that, to make sure they can get there, I'm going to put some stairs there. Go here, here, and here, and then across like that. And then I guess to help them get over to that side, we'll, as much as I don't want to really spend the points on platforms, we'll do platforms. And then we'll bring these across, but we're also going to have to get them down onto this ground to cut some of these trees down. And it looks like we're going to have to cut down a lot of trees, like here and here, to be able to get all of that covered in levee as well, because we don't want to repeat this situation. I didn't think there would be enough pressure there for that to have spilled over. It doesn't look like that's happened over here. It looks like we're fine. But up here, and the sad thing is, that bad water now has to be flushed through our district, which is going to take out a lot of stuff. Ooh, you know what I need to do to make sure these guys do not go into the bad water, since we don't have a way to heal them, is that now they can't get down there. They have to go up here to do it. And I think they might have gone down in the water to do those two. So that was a good thing we just did. Because this bad tide does end pretty soon, but I don't want to risk it. So it's a good thing we overbuilt this one, because it is definitely helping. You can see everything along this path, as I was mentioning, is dead. And what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows back, 7 tiles back. Wow, that is flowing through there faster than I can send it out. That's a problem. I did not realize bad water would go that fast. Oof, the first time, or when this first was released, that didn't happen. So now I've got a pool of bad water back here that we're just going to have to wait for it to flow out this way or evaporate. And I don't know how long that takes. So yeah, definitely have to increase these and improve these. So now that the bad tide is over, I can go ahead and take those out and replace them with double floodgates. And then we can track and see. It may be diluted enough that it doesn't kill anything. The bad water may pass through this side, or the bad tide water may pass through this side quicker than it can actually kill stuff. Yeah, it looks like we did okay here. But with it spreading out to over here, I don't know. It looks like it's diluted enough that we're gonna dodge a bullet there. Yeah, we did. We dodged a bullet there. Cool. So now we need to open these back up or we will flood. we are flooding. So, you know, we learned a lesson that we have to build this area up a little bit taller in order to get things done. But, you know, that's not a problem. I'll let them finish this between videos. We already know what it looks like when they build dams and levees, so I don't think we need, or levees and floodgates, I should say. So I don't think we need to watch it again. But we definitely learned some valuable lessons. So it's mostly cleared up through here, but it looks like, when we go into here, it looks like we've got a little bit lingering right here. I want to let this clear up just so when I open this doesn't get pulled in. So I will do that, and again, I'll do that between videos. So we've done good work here, friends. We have accomplished quite a bit. We have made ourselves drought proof and nearly bad tide proof. We'll get there. It wasn't the disaster I thought it was going to be because of it flowing over there. It didn't kill anything downstream, so that's always a good thing. But until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.